Yeah.
And what was the most shocking experience you had in the United States?
I think it's like how direct people are, cause I was only 19 when I went for the first time, and like Asian culture, like 19 years old is quite young for like a girl. And then when I went there, like I got a guy who's like approached me, very straightforward, like very direct, and it's kind of scared me at that time. But then I learned that that is that culture, like people just very direct, and also like catcalling. That was something that's never happened in Asia. If you walk on the street, nobody gonna catcall you. But in America, that was so normal. Hello,
What is your name?
my name is Bella.
And where are you from originally?
I am from Thailand.
Okay. And do you also live in Thailand or do you live in other places?
So I came back to Thailand last year. I have been living in England for 5 years.
Wow. And what made you decide living in England?
I went there to study. The very first time I went to study, and then I met my ex-boyfriend who's English. So we were together for 4 years, and then I stuck there during COVID, and then I came back to Thailand last year.
And was that your first time going outside of Thailand?
No, actually, I have been living abroad since I was 19, which is 10 years ago. I'm 29.
I just wanted to ask, okay.
Yeah. So I went to America for the first time when I was 19. Yeah.
And can you remember how was that first time in the United States?
It was very, very different. It was a bit of culture shock for me because in Thailand, everything is very easy, very easygoing, and it's so convenient in Thailand. And America is such a big country. If you want to go anywhere, you cannot just take a bus. You might have to like hire, I don't know, like a shuttle van or something like that. So yeah, I was just like shocked with how expensive everything is as well.
And what do you think about, for example, tipping culture in the United States?
What about what?
Tipping culture.
Oh my God, it was so shocking. So it's varied from like 15% to like 25%. But that was a good thing because when I went to America for the first time, I got a job as a waitress at Pizza Hut. So I do get a lot of tips. So that was a good thing for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what was the most shocking experience you had in the United States?
I think it's like how direct people are, cause I was only 19 when I went for the first time, and like Asian culture, like 19 years old is quite young for like a girl. And then when I went there, like I got a guy who's like approached me, very straightforward, like very direct, and it's kind of scared me at that time. But then I learned that that is that culture, like people just very direct, and also like catcalling.
Ooh-wee.
That was something that's never happened in Asia. If you walk on the street, nobody gonna catcall you. But in America, that was so normal. Like everywhere, people gonna look at you, gonna talk to you. So yeah.
How do you deal with situations like that when you're walking on the street, for example, United States or Europe,
Yeah.
and some guy catcalling you?
Yeah.
What do you do?
So for the very first time when I was 19, I think I was shy. So I was just like trying not to look, try to walk very fast. But then like nowadays, you know what? I just smile at them. And sometimes I joke with them because I feel like that is how you get out of it, because I think like they love and you ignore them. It just feel like challenging for them. So if they can't call me, if they call me sexy, I'd be like, so do you. So they would be like, oh, this girl's weird, and they just walk away, you know. So yeah.
And how was living in the UK compared to the United States?
Europe is different.
Yeah.
Definitely different. I feel like in America everything is more free. People are more liberal. While in Europe, especially in the UK, people are more conservative. So you have to be more like careful, like carry yourself properly in Europe compared to America, that you can do literally anything you want, like nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was it difficult for you to adjust to the food in, for example, UK?
The food was quite a culture shock as well when I went for the first time. I remember my first meal out was with my ex-boyfriend, and he took me for like a fish and chip shops, and the whole restaurant only sell fish and chips, and I was just like, there's no options. So yeah, so I just don't think like that is a proper meal because everything just like deep fry. So yeah, it's hard to find like something, I don't know, like now I'm into fitness, so I try to eat healthy, and that's not an option. In the UK, like even the breakfast is like 1,000 calories. So yeah, it's quite hard to adjust. But then I learned to like just do like a home cooked meal later on.
Nice. And since what age did you get interested in fitness?
So I've been to the gym for the first time when I was very young, like 20 years old, which is 10 years ago. But then I started to like coming back and then working out like seriously about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, just before COVID, about 2019.
And is there a lot of competition within Thailand?
Actually, I have never participated in a competition in Thailand before. So my first competition was last year, last October, and that was in Australia. So I just learned about bodybuilding, about like competition only like a few years ago. And I decided to just like do my first competition there because the federation that I competed is different from like a normal bodybuilding competition. Like they don't like you to be like super lean and super muscular. So they still prefer you to be quite feminine and like glam and glamorous, and yeah, like it's more like pageantry mixed with fitness. So I kind of like that. The federation called WBFF, so they have the big one in America, Australia, and England.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not super well known, but yeah.
And how do you manage that about food? Like, are you very cautious about what you, for example, drink with alcohol or what you eat with food?
Yeah, luckily I don't really drink alcohol to start with. I don't really, not a fan of alcohol at all. So that was not a problem. But in terms of food, I'm a big foodie. I love food, especially living in Thailand, and food is so delicious here.
Yeah.
So that's quite a struggle. But I learned that you can fit like a normal food into your macros. Like I could get like grilled chicken, literally in any place. That's like a lot of protein, and you can ask them to like get the skin off. So yeah, so that's some option. In Asia, it's easier. When I went back to America, so I went to Hawaii only like a few months ago. It was so hard to find a healthy option. But yeah, in Asia, it's quite easy to fit in.
If I can ask you, are you single in a relationship?
I am single.
And what type of guys do you like?
What type of guy do I like? I actually don't have like a physical type. I'm into someone who is intelligent, who have their life together, who have that vision, like someone with goals and drive, because that is something similar to me, and it's something that is very important to me. And preferably he has to like working out and then into fitness as well, because I feel like if we have like totally different lifestyle, it's not gonna work.
And is it easy to find a suitable guy in Thailand or, for example, UK or United States?
Like in Thailand, it's so difficult.
Yeah, why is that?
Especially in Bangkok, like I tried for 2 years now.
Yeah.
It's so difficult because sometimes you meet someone and they're just visiting, they're just a tourist, and then they're going back to their country. Like compared to when I live in England, like most people just live there. So you met someone who actually living in the country. And then when people come to Thailand as well, like sometimes they come for the purpose of like having fun, having a fling. Yeah. And for someone who live here long term, it's not so easy to find someone who's ready to commit.
Yeah, exactly. And what is your favorite place within Thailand?
I like Phuket. Yeah? I like to go to Phuket. Phuket is my favorite city.
And why you like Phuket so much?
I feel like I like nature. I like the sea. I like the beach. In Bangkok, it's okay for living because like, everything is so convenient. But in Phuket, it's like paradise because the sea is so beautiful. Always a blue sky. And the life is just like so relaxing. You can just like hire a scooter and it's just like drive around the island all day. It's just so freeing.
And you told me you live in Australia.
Yeah.
Like half there, half here.
Yeah.
How does that go between places? Is that easy to navigate?
You mean in Australia?
Yeah.
It's quite easy, yeah. I mean, I don't travel a lot in Australia. If I want to go to, let's say like from Sydney to Melbourne, I just take a flight. But the thing about the flight in Australia, they cancel a lot.
You take responsibility and you get us on the flight.
Unfortunately.
There is no unfortunate.
They're like notorious for like having canceled flight. Literally like 50% of the flight I took in Australia got canceled. But there will be like a new flight like in the next hour. So, but yeah, like overall it's quite easy to navigate. But if you have a car or you have a friends who drive, then yeah.
Do you drive here in Bangkok?
No, I don't drive in Bangkok. I don't recommend anyone to drive in Bangkok.
Why is that?
Because the traffic is the worst, probably like one of the worst places in the world to drive. I don't understand how anyone could just like buy a car here. I mean, like motorbike is probably like the best option here, even though it's not so safe, or maybe just getting like a public transportation.
So what is your way of going around into the city?
Usually I walk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And is there a certain amount of kilometers you walk per day?
You know what? Like, I can show you my steps today. Like, I walk a lot. I walk everywhere. But sometimes I don't walk at like midday time because it's too hot.
Yeah.
But like for example, for today, I have been walking for 12
Wow.
kilometers.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And yesterday was like nearly 20 kilometers.
So for you, it's also therapeutical in a way to walk.
Yeah, I was like just put on like my headphone and podcast and just keep walking. Yeah.
And what is some of the music that you like the most, like recently that you listen
Oh,
to?
it all depends. It all depends. During, like, for example, when I was working out, I like something fun. I like something upbeat, hip hop, rock, something like that. But when I walk on the street, I like something mellow, R&B, something like that, pop.
Nice.
Yeah.
And my last question to you, where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
Where do you see myself in 10 years? I love this question. So I'm a big on manifestation. I have a picture of my future that I'm working toward. So I want to be a mom. I want to have a family. So I see myself like having a kid, being a stay-at-home mom because I have a job that I can work at home as well. And just be like a peaceful living life, like with my husband and kid. Very simple but happy life.
And living in Thailand or living in Australia?
You know, anywhere by the beach. Having a beach house. 2 dogs, 3 kids, 1 husband, and me.
Awesome, I love
Yeah.
it. Thank you so much for your time, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're
Are
welcome.
are you okay if I'm gonna use this for my YouTube channel?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so
100%.
much. Thanks. Awesome, very cool.